Hello everyone and welcome to Moto 2 for our kickoff Forza event. We've got Steven and Armada in the front row. We've got Roman and Matt in the second row. And then Detail and DJ making up row number 3. Row number 4, we've got Optics and Real Deal. And running out the field, row number 5, it's going to be Slaunch and Luke. So actual rolling start on this one. So be a bit of a different look than what we saw in Moto 1. But same type of race, 10 laps. See one pit stop for everybody. Getting close to the line, and we're green. So 10 more laps at Daytona. Turn 1 going to be really important here. Let's see. Matt going a little wide. Oh, Steven going really wide up front. Going to try to shuffle back into the field, and we're going to have our first big crash. Let's take a look at a replay on that one. So yeah, you see him off track, and then we go to slow-mo here. You can see Deech on the brakes, Real Deal behind him, probably not on the brakes, but he does get around him, so now, you know, Deech has full control, but, I mean, it looks like Steven just turns down. I don't know if he thought he was clear. I'm guessing that's what happened there, is I guess he just thought he was clear there, but, you know, clearly wasn't, and then here we have the view from his POV. First of all, you'd think sticks it to the inside there, but no, goes way wide, and then, yeah, just turns right in front of Deech, so I don't know what happened there. Again, I'm assuming that right there, I don't know how he ended up in that position in the first place, but I'm assuming right there he probably just thought he was clear. I don't know if he doesn't have the in-game like radar that they have now, the proximity radar on, but that's probably something that would have helped prevent that situation. By the way, if you're racing in our series, that's something that all of you should have turned on. If you don't have turned on, go to the settings in game and look around the UI somewhere for the proximity radar. Definitely turn that on. Very, very, very helpful, especially depending on which camera view that you're racing on. But in general, just very, very helpful setting. Something that you definitely want to have on. Should clean up the racing quite a bit. Should make some of those close quarter situations a little bit easier to manage. They even have like audio cues as well. I don't have the audio cues on, but yeah, plenty of options there to try to, you know, clean up those close situations. But yeah, our first big wreck there, and I mean, honestly, seemed pretty incidental. Again, I'm assuming he just thought he was clear and wasn't, so unfortunate start to the race, but that's obviously going to send him back quite a bit here. They roared down into the bus stop for the first time in Moto 2. Oh, it looked like Matt went way wide. Matt's coming back on. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Yep, I saw it coming. And there we have our first instance. I got a few listen-ins in Moto 2. I do have the live race audio still. So I got a few listen-ins here. But yeah, Matt with the rogue rejoin. Luckily Luke and Slaunch were paying attention, because that could have been bad. And they were able to split the difference on him. But it worked out in the end, but it definitely a little rogue. So Roman's going to lose 2 spots. Has a really slow run exiting the bus stop, and Detail and Armada are going to get by. I think Armada actually had a really good run right there. I got to give him credit. But nowhere to go with Detail in front of him, so he's just going to draft him all the way. And they're both going to have a very, very, very good start to their Moto 2s here. So you see them roar down the front stretch. Going to complete our first lap of Moto 2. Pretty crazy one at that. A lot of chaos. Not too surprising. Kind of what we expected here. Wow, Armada on the bumper right there. Here we've got Luke and Slaunch coming in hot on Roman. Try not to waste too much time there. Going to get by Armada as well, or Luke's going to be able to. I think Slaunch is actually stuck behind both of them. That's a big move right there, because Slaunch was second in Moto 1, closest to being able to contend with Luke for the win, but not able to get by Armada and Roman at the same time. It's going to slow him up a bit. Might make a big difference here. It's a Real Deal and DJ really close. A lot of the pack really close. Yeah, still pretty tight-knit. Got Real Deal having a look to the inside of Roman. Oh, a little bit of contact right there. What was that? Look at a replay on that one. Definitely gets into Roman's right rear right there. Another view. I don't know what that one was, if he was trying to gas it up too early and like lost it or something, but pretty hard contact right there. That's gonna get him the spot. Roman's going to lose multiple spots. Yeah, Roman going to lose a lot of track position right there. Luckily for him, we are on Daytona, and you know he can draft and get back up there. So it's not too bad, but you know definitely not ideal. Definitely not what he was hoping for in that situation. Now we're gonna go on board with Luke up to second, trying to chase down Detail here. Here we go in the chicane. Oh, a little close. Looked like Detail got a little sideways there, but gonna hold on to it. And now we get a view from Opix, who's in just the absolute chaos right here. Gonna get by Matt. Not gonna get passed up by Roman as well. You can see it on many of these laps that chicane is, I would say, like easily the most important part of the track. Again, turn 1, I think you can do a lot in turn 1 as well, but the runs that you can have in the chicane, and then obviously if you have a really bad run, it's going to cost you a ton of time just, you know, going all the way down the straightaway. You can lose the draft there, like, definitely the most important part. Look at this, 2-3 wides. Closing out this lap. Trying to watch both of them. Back on board, we're going to take a look at Real Deal, Slaunch, and Armada. Armada into the grass a little bit. Got a little dicey back there. Look at that. Deech tries to get to the inside, and I think realized it at a certain point that it was tightening up. Made some contact with Opix. Was able to gather it up, but obviously lost him some time there. That turn 1 is tricky. I'm surprised we don't see more, or we haven't seen more incidents like that in turn 1. Because that turn 1 is very tricky, and it's really easy to miss the timing and get into somebody there. So again, I'm surprised we haven't seen more instances of contact like that there. I would have definitely expected more of it. Yeah, we have the opposite transition in this race. So in the first race, went from day to night. This race, we're going from night to day. So about halfway through, expect that transition to hit. And the sun will come back out and change up the look of the track here.
Black Fox rammed up, if you can hear that.
No.
All right, shake and bake. Fuck it. There you go. Yep. I don't know what's going on there, but Matt and Ramda having a little fun in their battle side by side. Could this be the move for the lead? Into the chicane. Luke gonna commit for it. Detail needs to have a pretty good run behind him to stay in the draft, and what do you know, he does. He has a really good run behind him, so Detail will stay in the draft. Battle's not going to be over. And Luke actually going to let him back by. They're going to go for the shake and bake strategy here, which I don't think we've seen many drivers do, but I think in theory, the best way to make up time drafting with somebody else in this game, I'm pretty sure, is to do that, is to continuously slingshot each other and not do the bump draft. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's actually the fastest thing in theory. But it does require quite a bit of, you know, coordination. Detail will take the lead back into that lap. It's a very good run through the chicane to keep himself in the fight right there. Real Deal and Slaunch, meanwhile, going at it for third. That was a battle that we could have seen in Moto 1, but we never quite were able to see. Not in terms of, like, actual viewing, but it just didn't happen. Like, there was a few instances where that pack got kind of close to Slaunch, but for the most part, once he got a bit of a gap in second, again, there was one part of the race where it closed up just a bit, but he didn't see too much contest for most of the race. So this Moto 2 action, Slaunch is getting a lot of on-track battles and making up for the lack of that in Moto 1, getting some experience there, which I'm sure is, you know, very valuable for him. We're going to cut back to messing around with some different cameras, you know, like I said, try some stuff in these first few Forza replays. I tried a lot of stuff in Moto 1, trying some more stuff in Moto 2. Trying out some different shots here. Luke's going to have this run all the way down into the chicane. Oh! That was actually Slaunch with this battle with Real Deal. I thought that was a good one. Here we go into the chicane. Oh, and Detail gets loose on the inside, gets in the grass. And you can see on the wheel right there, really had to gather it up on the exit. He's going to lose a lot of time. He's going to lose the lead and possibly the draft. And here we cut to, I really like this shot right here. You know, we heard the listen in with Slaunch and Real Deal, and here we go, Slaunch trying to work the outside. I love the sense of the banking that that shot gives you there. And yeah, you can see the gap. Look at that. That one moment for detail might have lost him the chance at that lead battle. That last lap, he had a really good run through the chicane. He was able to keep it going and stay in the draft. That's the important thing. But right there, just got in the grass a little bit and lost that momentum. So yeah, that might have lost him the chance to battle for the lead there with Luke. Still in a really good spot in this moto in second place, and has a decent gap, and obviously has Real Deal and Slaunch fighting behind him, which helps, of course, too. But yeah, the lead battle chance might be gone right there, unless Luke makes a mistake of his own in the following lap. So once you lose that draft, it can be pretty tough to gather it back unless you're just hauling just absolutely great laps. It's going to be really tough to get back. One of the interesting aspects of the racing on Daytona. Wow, Matt, pretty deep on the inside right there. It looked like it got a little dicey with Roman. Yeah, Matt and Roman going at it a little bit. Opix has got a front row seat to all this. Just watching all this go down, looking for an opportunity for him to make a move of his own. I think that's Deech in front of him. And he's got a... Yeah, it can't be real. Yeah, it's got to be Deech in front of them. I think he's got to be really enjoying the view that he's seeing out of his rearview mirror right now, because Deech does have a lot of ground to make up to get to the rest of the field, but he's got plenty of room behind to work with. So, especially if they keep battling like this. And just look at this. Matt losing the draft. Might get shuffled out here into the chicane. Here we go. Wow, Opix files in. And that had to be really close. Pulls it off clean, but we got to take a look at a replay on that. That had to be close. Here we go, slow-mo. Oh, yeah. No contact right there. That's something that that we would not see on Halo. Another view. The rear-facing cam there. Yeah, really clean move. Maybe one of the moves of the race from Opix right there. That was really close. Diving in front of Matt right there, but, you know, luckily he calculated it just perfect and was able to make that clean. And here we go. They're diving into the pits. We're already at the pit cycle. So I'm gonna take a look. We're gonna go to Luke in the lead right now, and we're gonna see the interval right there to take a look at who all went in the pits. So detail, Real Deal, Opix, Roman, and Armada. So like half the field pitting. So we have like a perfectly split strategy in this race. It looks like half the field pitting right at that halfway marker. And then the other half of the field is going to stretch it a lap or two and try to go for softs. So yeah, like on this second stint, you're going to see Luke, Slaunch, DJ, and Matt are probably all going to be on softs. And yeah, Roman, Armada, Opix, Real Deal, Detail, all those guys that just pit right there are going to be on mediums. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when we take a look at the battles in the second half of this race, the different tire compounds. We're going to see how this works out. So basically, what's going to happen is Luke, Slaunch, DJ, and Matt are probably going to lose a little bit of time on this lap because their tires are going to be going down. They're going to be really going through it right now. They're going to lose a little bit of time on this lap. But on the following laps, when they get those softs on, they should be able to make up for that. But that's the thing, right? Like, how much are they going to be able to make up for it? We'll have to wait and see. That's the strategy call. But yeah, I like this. I like the split that we have in the strategy. Much better split than we had in the first race. I like it with the track map here too, and the way we're watching this go down. We're going to see how this plays out. We'll have to see how these strategies evolve as the races evolve, and we do different tracks as well. Different tracks actually are harder on tires than others. I think Daytona is one of the tracks that's like tends to be easier on tires in this game. Different tracks have different pit road lengths, a lot of different factors when calculating for these strategies. So you have Luke, Slaunch, DJ, and Matt going in here, all diving into the pits, and we're gonna go on board. We're gonna go on board with DJ here, and we're gonna take a look at where he files out to. So we didn't really get this in the first Moto replay, but in this Moto replay, I'm taking a look at like the live pitting, and we're going to see how this strategy works out. Now remember, the last time we looked at it, DJ had a pretty big gap on the drivers behind him, but let's see how this works out when he exits the pits. We saw Real Dill go by right there, but Real Dill was already in front of him. He's going to exit the pits, and it looks like it's Opix is the first one up. That's pretty close behind, but is he going to get there? And look at that. Opix is just going to be able to get there. And
Cone in the track! Cone in the track!
Oh, there's a cone in the track, too. Watch out for that, I guess. I don't know where that is. But yeah, so that works out really well for Opix right there. And the reason he was able to do that, even though that gap between them was really big, again, the strat call. Like, Deech going long right there. Yeah, he had clean air. Well, I think Opix was also able to make the pass on Roman going into the pits. There was that factor, too. I think that was pretty massive for Opix. So that's the first thing. The second thing was, yeah, Deech had clean air, but he also, his tires are really going down. And he's going to have the softs. He'll have the advantage now, at least for a bit. But it's going to take a little bit for them to heat up, and Opix already made that pass. So pretty big move there for Opix. We'll see how it works out in the end, if Deech will be able to get him back or not. But yeah, fun to see these strategies, you know, work out already in this type of competitive way in our first race in. Love to see that. You see Slaunch going around the outside of Real Dill. Can he complete this pass? Oh, it's tight into the chicane, but relatively clean. Real Dill really looking for the gas early on the exit, and he does a good job of it. But Slaunch now with the run. These guys are just having a great battle this entire race. Wow, they're really getting into it now. And the lapper Steven's actually going to play a role in this fight. So if you know, are unsure of the draft and like how strong the draft is, look at this. Slaunch is going to get some draft from the lapper Steven. And you see, look at this. He's starting to pull in front. They were kind of like neck and neck. They were kind of like stalemated. But he gets that draft from Steven. He's able to pull in front. So yeah, the draft definitely very noticeable, definitely very strong. Oh, look at some lag cheese. That looked aggressive, but that was definitely some lag cheese. This game in general is much better than Halo with regards to that, but there's still some instances of it, and we can see one of them right there. But in general, still way better though. Still way better. We saw that with the move Opix was able to put on. On Matt. That move just would not... If he tried to go for that in Halo, they would have all wiped out. All three of them somehow would have just wiped out. But, you know, and Forza was actually able to make it clean. And here they're approaching the lapper Steven. And Deech, not aware of the ghost car situation. Usually in the multiplayer races have the ghost car enabled. Oh, no! We have post cheese. So yeah, multiple things going on right there. I think Deech not adjusting his line was him thinking that it'd be like the normal multiplayer lobbies, thinking that the ghost car would come out for Steven. Did not happen. That being said, Steven being a lap down, especially on a track like this where he's, you know, like 2 minutes down, I think should have gotten out of the way, should have gotten off the racing line and onto the brakes early and just let DJ by there, but instead just stayed on the racing line and didn't rotate at all. That's a tough break for Deech. He's going to lose a ton of ground. He was ahead of Matt and Roman, not going to be after that. So yeah, that's a big tough break right there. Yeah, we will be adjusting those settings going into race 2, and I'll be doing a video on that so everybody will be up to speed. There's a lot of adjustments that we made. We did do a lot of testing going into this first race, but to be fair, there's always something. There's always something. So, and there was a few things. There was a few things that we had to adjust after this one. So yeah, I'll definitely be doing an update video with all the settings changes and adjustments going into week 2. I think we did a pretty good job for it being our first week of doing this. I think we did a pretty good job, but like I said, always kinks to work out, and there definitely were some here. So like one of those being the ghost car, like just to avoid that type of cheese. I don't think it'll come up too much more in these races. It might in the literal next race, because it's we go from the longest track on the schedule to the shortest track. The next race that we do, the Maple Valley short, is like definitely the shortest layout. So because of the pit strategy there, like we might see some lap traffic action on the pit cycle there. But other than that, I don't expect to see too much lap driver action from here on out. I would hope so. But we'll still enable the ghost there just to avoid that. Like, I don't know. I just don't want, you know, hopefully in the future I would like to have the ghost car turned off and have it be like the actual blue flags. But just for now, just want to try to avoid too much of that cheese and chaos. I just don't want that to really be a part of it at the moment. So yeah. So we'll make that adjustment going into week 2, along with many other things as well. Again, get you all updated on that soon. But anyways, we've had a crazy Moto 2 with some wild highlights. I'm going through the field right here, getting another update on everybody's position. But we're getting close to the end of it. The sun is definitely out now. Definitely, I don't know, like noonish maybe? Maybe early morning still? Not sure. Like 10 a.m.? Can't exactly tell. But the sun definitely out now. Headlights off. Don't need them anymore. Track is fully lit. And we're coming to the white flag. Yep, hit the white flag right there. This is going to be our final time around for our first event for HRL Forza action. So, yeah, cool stuff. First moto was insane. The second moto, it's been pretty solid so far, too, with a lot more chaos. Which, again, not too surprising. Slaunch trying to chase down Detail for the second place spot. Can he get there in time on this final lap? Might be able to.
Dude, we're fucking around.
And the replay cheese, God, the replay cheese definitely got us in Moto 2. So we're going to Luke's on board right now.
Might be able to get slipstream on this last lap.
With some listen in action for this final lap. Going in the chicane for the final time. Taking a look at the intervals.
Oh, Detail.
I'm taking a look at the intervals, and you can see Slaunch is there now. Slaunch is there.
He's weaving to try to avoid my slipstream.
Oh my God, they're going at it.
Cheese. We're going around.
Oh my God. We might get a view of it here in a moment.
They're gonna conk each other.
But they're absolutely going at it for that second place spot on the last lap. Dude, I'm watching it. This looks ridiculous. Just couldn't quite see it there, but Luke gonna take the win at the end of this one. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Here we're gonna cut to some view of the battle. Slaunch catching up on Detail. Trying to make this draft work around the outside. Going to the line. He's got the advantage right now. Can he hold on to it? Oh, a little bit of lag cheese. Here we go to the line. They're making a little bit of contact. Oh!
I think he got me.
He thinks he got him, but that's not true. Slaunch definitely got there. Look at that. Very, very close, but Slaunch got that. Gonna take that second place spot. Photo finish for second. First race in. Now we're gonna go to Matt's on board.
No, my tires are cooked.
Yeah, you can see that. His tire is just absolutely gone, but he's still gonna have the draft on Roman. Gonna try to bring it back. Just slowly gaining, but how do you make the move here? What do you do? He needed to try to slingshot him, but instead makes contact, and that's not going to help. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything now.
I went to slam you and it slowed me down. Fuck.
Yeah, that definitely cheesed him. So here we go.
Now it just gets.
There you have the results. Luke, Detail, Slaunch, Real Deal, Opix, Matt. Oh, my bad. The penalty cheese. Some of the penalties got removed. Let me go through that again. So Luke, Slaunch, Detail, Real Deal, Opix, and then Roman, then Matt, then DJ, then Armada, then Steven. My bad. Forgot about the penalty cheese in game. But there you go. There's the results for Moto 2. Pretty crazy Moto. Unfortunate with the replay action.
That went very well.
We tried to recreate it the best we possibly could for the video. But yeah, we tried our best there. Overall results after 2 motos, it's going to be Luke, Slaunch, Real Deal, Detail, Opix, DJ, Roman, Matt, Armada, and Steven. And I'll throw up the point values on the screen there as well, but it's going to be Luke with 34, Slaunch with 30, Real Deal with 27, Detail and Opix both with 25, Deech with 21, Roman and Matt with 20 apiece, Armada with 16, and Steven with 14. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Maple Valley next week, short layout for some more Forza action. See you there.